Right, so then, let's see. I kinda broke my computer, so that's no good. I'll explain what happened, but in the meantime, let's just jump back into the game and just play this for a little bit before going back to bed. Alright. Once again, OBS is being a dirty little bastard. There we go. Alrighty. Let me know if that's too quiet. I think it should be alright, but the last time I was getting a little bit washed out by it. Not a big fan of the Argonians. Way too early in the morning to be thinking about that. But based on the fact that it is this early in the morning, I think I know who that is. Alright. Now, what were we doing last time? Well, yesterday, Fallout New Vegas crashed my computer multiple times. And today I figured, you know what, it's about time that I fix my computer. It's not that I haven't tried to fix it before, it's just, damn it, I really needed to fix it. So, I went through probably 6 hours of troubleshooting today. Restarting, reinstalling, you name it, everything. What I ended up having to do was download a Windows 11 ISO file and mount it as a new drive, and then repair the core and the cache from the new drive. So basically, reinstall Windows 11. Good morning, how are you? I had to reinstall Windows 11 with a copy of Windows 11 while running Windows 11. That somehow didn't mess up any of my files, or so I was led to believe. And so, even though I couldn't install a program that wasn't installed before March beforehand, after I set up this ISO, well, now I can run Steam, I can run and install programs, but I can't use 90% of the Windows functions. So, settings? Who needs them? I definitely don't need to be able to use my settings. Or, photo viewer? Ah, who needs it? It's such a pain in the ass. I've spent so much time with a computer that was kind of working, and to go through the effort of fixing it, and now, part of it's fixed, but it's completely broken in a different way. So that's just fantastic. Alright, what were we doing? We have Ruto's letter, so we can get access to Jabu Jabu anytime. But do we want to do that right now? I don't think that there's not much else we can do, is there, at the moment? Shit, why am I talking like that? Well, it is 4 in the morning, so excuse me. Yeah, I was really frustrated by that, because I couldn't really stream if I couldn't even control the volume settings. This is the weirdest thing. I had to look up a command to manually open up the volume mixer, which, by the way, opens up a program that's a volume mixer. It doesn't open up the actual volume mixer. It's in settings. So I can control the volume on my computer now, but it's still It's still not really working. Not the way it was intended. Last time we got the slingshot correct, didn't we? Did we go to the Great Fairy Fountain? I think we may have. But anyways, it's just a short stream this morning to, well, for the most part, not lose momentum, I guess. I don't expect anyone to be awake at this time of day. So, that's fine. Because I'm barely awake. So, did you see Twitch and YouTube are having their recaps now? The result was more or less what I thought it would be, except my YouTube results were a little bit more funny than I had anticipated, because I didn't anticipate that it would say that my channel was one of my, quote, most watched channels, and I was like, what, I watched my own videos when I put them out to see if they work. You're saying that somehow that makes me, that was one of my most top viewed channels? That's strange. That doesn't make any sense at all. It says that I watched 807 channels this year. How could it be? I don't know. I haven't gotten my recap yet. Yeah, they were claiming that it was supposed to be rolled out tomorrow. If you go to youtube.com in the URL and type in /recap, it should take you to a page with a banner at the top that has your recap. Honestly, it wasn't that great. It wasn't as interesting as I thought it was going to be. Came up with a bunch of like weird terms and shit that no one really cares about. Kind of like something that a Karen at an office would come up with. So overall it was just a disappointing feature that I thought would be more interesting, because they really focused on the wrong things, I thought. I thought that the recaps in the past were better. Now, I don't think we have access. I'm pretty sure there's another Great Fairy Fountain or two. Well, I know where one of them is, but I don't know if we can get there. In fact, I'm pretty sure we can't get there right now. I just don't remember if there's a fourth Great Fairy Fountain. There must be. Because you have Din's Fire, then you have a blue one that's kind of a protection spell, Nairu, and a green one that Pharaoh's Essence does something. I can't remember what the hell it does. And one of them you get from the Gerudo Valley. Well, actually, it's the Haunted Wasteland. But where would the entrance to the other... That's strange. Death Mountain, yes. Market, yes. 1, 2... Wow, I really don't remember. That's so bizarre. Oh, hold on. Getting a notification that I just went live, imagine that. What a waste. Alright, so another thing that I thought was quite funny The Twitch recap was a little bit more succinct, a little bit more useful. I guess I listen to a lot of Twitch because it's a lot more like a radio show than it is a video platform, in my opinion. Oh, and it said that I listened to something like 1,600 hours of Twitch, which, if you divide that by 24, it's roughly 3.5 months worth of hours. So that means that about 25% of the day, every day, I just had Twitch on in the background, which is, you know, that's gotta be their actual money-making model, is just people who leave it on. Didn't cost me anything, but somebody got paid. Well, except they didn't, because I use ad blocker. But Twitch certainly has a better... They have a more accurate way of getting ads to go through than YouTube does. Oh shit. My most watched YouTube channel this year surprisingly wasn't the Joe Rogan Experience. That was number 5. My friend calls me a chud all the time, and if I told him that, I guarantee his answer would be exactly something along the lines of, now that's what I call chud maxing 2025. I saw the strangest channel on YouTube today. What was so strange about it, I think it was recommended to me because they were doing a live stream of a Zelda game. But it was also recommended to me because they loaded up their channel page information with Final Fantasy information. What I mean is that they named their channel, their entire channel, after a Final Fantasy character, made the banner after the Final Fantasy character, right? And all of their art, etc. And then when they were streaming, they didn't have a microphone on. They were just playing the game, right? But the strangest part to me was that they were streaming in vertical. They were streaming in vertical, and that wasn't the option. That wasn't just an option that you could turn on for your phone. No, on the computer, the video format was coming out in vertical, which is the stupidest possible fucking thing you could do. And so I commented, I said, hey, what's wrong with the video? Like 60% of the screen isn't being used. And before I could say anything, this person apparently had an overzealous moderator jump in, who just immediately started attacking me. Like, if you don't like it, you can leave. And I was like, you know what? I will. Way to go, asshole. And when I looked up their channel, it's like, in the description of their channel was a link to another channel that was from the same person, and it said my main channel. And I thought, wait, so your secondary channel is the one where you're puppeteering a Final Fantasy character just so you can farm people that like that Final Fantasy character, come to your channel and not say anything while you do live stream playthroughs. I thought, who the fuck watches a live stream playthrough with no commentary? I'm just gonna sit here and watch somebody play a game. No, that's... First off, this isn't really... The game that they were playing isn't a good enough game to warrant that. Second off, it's not like they were doing anything especially good. It was just The Legend of Zelda 2, right? How could you get How could you get a more boring experience than watching somebody play Legend of Zelda 2 without saying anything? It's killing me. And then you have... Who needs a moderator for that anyway? If you're not saying anything, you could just pre-record that shit, walk away, and let the chat go crazy. Who cares what they say? It's if you're not, if you can't get distracted by them. It's absolutely bonkers. And their main YouTube channel that they had linked, well, I can see why they had to make a second YouTube channel, because that person's actually fucking crazy. It's one of those types of channels where you look at the art, that they've used for their profile picture and their banner, and you can tell, oh, I just don't like this person on a fundamental level. I would not get along with this person in any way. And, yeah, I just thought, you know, it's too early in the day to deal with crazy people. I think I'm just gonna work on fixing the computer instead. You know, I think it's kind of a good thing that, what do you call it? I almost didn't explain my train of thought with this one. So, when I was looking at their YouTube channel, they had a linked, whatever, one of those linked things. I don't understand people who have so many damn links. It's like, do you need an Instagram and a Twitter and a Blue Sky and 3 YouTube channels and a TikTok and a Facebook, and it just keeps going and going and going? It's like, do you know how long it takes to manage all that shit? Are you stupid? Like, first off, nobody should use Blue Sky, and for the most part, nobody does use Blue Sky. But I'm glad that I got pretty much permanently banned on Twitter and Reddit. And I have zero interest in Facebook. And I'm kind of an asshole on Discord, so, you know, I'm really not gonna be using that shit at all. What a waste of time. YouTube has a built-in post feature. I think that works fine. The day I make a Blue Sky is the day that... I actually can't think of a good example of why I would ever make a Blue Sky. No. There's really no situation under which I would make a Blue Sky. It's also one of those kind of pretentious things, right? When you go onto somebody's YouTube channel and they plug their Blue Sky at the end of it, like, you know what, I actually liked this YouTube channel, and now I kind of don't. If you end your videos with plugging your Blue Sky and nothing else, oh, I'm gonna have a lot of negative opinions about you right off the bat. And I do not remember where that other fairy found. Oh, wait a minute, yes I do. Sorry, it just took me a while to remember where it was. But yeah, not to sound like a broken record, but Blue Sky absolutely sucks. And it's entirely because of the people who use it. Which, to a degree, I think Tumblr, and this is old news by now, but Tumblr basically getting gutted and shut down years ago was one of the worst things to happen to the internet. Not because it was a good website, but because it was keeping all of the weird people in one place. Yeah. That's not even my opinion, that's just the general consensus on that. I've heard that 1,000 times and it's completely true. Alright, this leads us over to Goron City, right? Yes. I could have sworn that... No. I was pretty positive that the link to the other fairy shrine was somewhere in these woods. In fact, I'm pretty sure it is. I could have sworn there was another one. Let me think. In other news, yeah, it's so strange too that it fucked up the Xbox. I don't know how downloading the new core could possibly fuck up the Xbox, but that is no longer functional. So I've gained the ability to use Nintendo 64, possibly download a PS2 BIOS. I mean, run my actual PlayStation 2, and use Steam again, which is great because Steam is actually the largest category of video games that I have, and I haven't been able to use it all year. But the downside is I can't use Xbox. Which for some reason was the only thing that used to work when everything else got corrupted. So that's just a total pain. Yeah, one of these. I'm getting a strange glitch. The audio should definitely be quieter at some of the doors than the others. Ah, shit. I'm gonna get this wrong, aren't I? Yes. So, since I finally can download and install programs again, I downloaded Streamlabs, which apparently I already had an account with. I made one like 5 years ago. Never used it. And... what do you call it? It has an OBS plugin, so I installed it into OBS, and then the bastard won't let me use both Restream and Streamlabs at the same time, so I actually have to disable Streamlabs and plug in OBS in order to get Restream working, which means I can either just focus on the one or reinstall a completely different program. But they, if you want to talk about insane, Streamlabs expects you to pay like $27 to multi-stream, which is just fucking insane. It's like, no way. So, there should be a way to get Streamlabs running, but if there's a way to get it running on 2 platforms by tricking it, that'll be even better. I just have to figure out how to do that. An alternative would be if I could just get a program that doesn't suck ass that I can multi-stream on. But so far, no. It seems it's pretty much impossible at this point. Anyways, I am positive that I could have sworn there was an access to a great fairy fountain somewhere in these woods. But I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing it where I thought I would see it. See, because if you jump down here, this is just access to another fairy fountain. Is it worth checking? Give me 1 second. I'm pretty confident I know where this is. But I might just be forgetting that you have to use the Spirit Temple melody just to be able to get there. Oh, really? Huh. That's not what I remember. Oh. Desert Colossus, Ganon's Castle. Okay. So I did forget about one. I did forget about one of them. Uh-oh. Did the game just freeze? Oh. Okay. That's disappointing, but oh well. It just confirms that we actually had to go the way that we were supposed to go at the start, and then completely neglected to go that way. It's also 4:21, so we won't stay up for too late today. Unless if the tablet... It hasn't been daylight savings time. Nope, okay. I was gonna say, the tablet should update itself, but... wouldn't be surprised if it hadn't. So since I can now install and run programs like a normal computer should, we actually have access to a lot more ROM hacks for the N64, which is great because there are some new N64 hacks coming out that are really quite good. I totally forgot. It was shortcut. I wish that I had maybe not slept earlier because waking up, well, my roommate arrived back around midnight 30, 1 o'clock, and wow, woke me up, and now my sleep cycle's fucking ruined again. Happens literally every fucking day. So I need to fucking find a way to wear atomic-sized earplugs or something. It's starting to piss me off. I don't want to hear about what the fuck you did at a bar, okay, at 1 in the morning every goddamn day. Really, man. It's fucking weird. Now, how much money does the adult wallet hold? Because if it's only 200, I may as well just go stock up on beans now. Zora's Domain. 190. Now, I think that you have to get the golden scale by doing diving again. Because we have the silver scale, do we not? We do. Okay, it is just 200. Damn, that's a little disappointing. Although, there's only a few items in the game, I think, that cost more than that. There we go. Oh boy, do we have to get all of those? I'm almost positive that the golden that Zora's River is frozen over in the future. So there's no way that we would be doing this diving puzzle as a goal. Where the hell else could you go? Where the hell else could you do the golden scale? You might get it from the Gerudo training grounds. But that place is kind of a headache. Let me just check another thing really quickly because I don't know how many settings have been fucked up. Maybe the desktop audio is a little bit too loud. Because I noticed, I went back and I've been watching, as lame as it sounds, I went back and I've been watching segments, not the entire thing, but segments of my own stream to see how the audio sounds, if I'm being annoying, if I'm pausing too much while I'm speaking, etc. To write down what I should do, what I need to improve on. And I've noticed, I think that I am getting washed out a little bit too much by the game audio sometimes. Which means I increase the decibel on the microphone end by 2. And I just decreased the desktop audio now, so that should help. It looks like there's something already in this bottle of letter. Help me, I'm waiting for you inside Lord Jabba Jabba's building. Don't tell my father. Right. But since that stranger Ganondorf came here, Lord Jabba Jabba has been a little green around the gills. The evidence seems clear. Of course you'll go find Ruto. You can pass through here to the altar of Lord Jabba Jabba. Yes. Okay, they definitely made him move over faster in this version, which is kind of bullshit, because if you think about it, that was the whole joke, is that he's so fat it takes him an eternity for him to slide a few feet over with his big old fat ass. It's not even fun at all. What no fun having bastards. Right, now I could just hop right inside, but it's nighttime. I don't recall time changes at all in Zora's Fountain. I don't think it does. Let's just do it. It's a pretty damn cool idea for a dungeon at the end of the day. Now, that's strange. I could have sworn that was the entrance to the other Great Fairy Fountain. Unless if that's the entrance to the ice cave and I've forgotten. The ice cavern was a pretty cool addition to the game, but I remember at one time when we were playing the game and we didn't have the strategy guide, we didn't know where to go at a certain point in time. You kind of have to go to the ice cavern to get something, and I don't remember what it is. But man, it's kind of a pain in the ass if you have no idea where you're supposed to go for it. But it turns out it's just fine anyways, because there's some thing that gives you a hint, and I think it was Navi, which actually makes a lot of people complain. They were saying she was annoying in the original game, which yeah, she was a little bit annoying, but also I'm pretty sure a lot of people wouldn't have beaten this damn game if Navi wasn't giving them hints. I'm serious. Oh, nice. What do we have? Farore's Blessing, right? Farore's Wind. Warp magic. Fuck. When you first use the magic, you will create a warp point. When you use the magic again, you can either dispel the warp point you created last time, or warp to that point. So basically it's Mark and Recall for Morrowind. It's actually a really great spell. It really is. There's no way they'd put a Skulltula here, would they? Suka! That's 13. Yeah, so a quick recap. Tried to fix my computer. Fixed my computer. Broke my computer in a completely different way. Now, now my Fallout New Vegas playthrough is fucked. Even more so. And, yeah. I don't know how this happened to this computer, but interesting nonetheless. Tried to set up Streamlabs. I think it's set up. Streamlabs also sucks a fat one. And what else? Why can't I use it right now? That's so strange. I should be able to set... Come on, you know that's not what I intended to do. I could have sworn that, Ferrar's Wind would have let me set the first part anywhere. See, I can use it now. But will it just take me back to the dungeon entrance? Oh, you fucker. Okay, that spell would be way overpowered, I guess. If, that spell would be way overpowered if they let you use it anywhere in the overworld. I could have sworn that they did, but it must be in some locations only. Let's see. Did I write anything else down? Setups, PS2, Xenolabs. Xenolabs, what the hell? No. I'm going to try and download a few programs tomorrow. So that way once we're done with Xenogears, we can in fact move on to the next game in the series, which apparently is not the next game in the series, but it's just considered a spiritual successor, which is the most disappointing news I've heard in the past 2 months. Man. Because I briefly read the Wikipedia page about it. By the way, Wikipedia is mostly just propaganda. I think it's operated by the CIA. But honestly, and I'm just saying that, but at the same time, I could back that up. I just don't want to. It takes a long time to explain how damn infiltrated the CIA, everything seems to be. Oh. That's a lot of context now. I didn't get that. Beery. If you touch it, you'll get electrocuted. So it's just basically called Sparky. That's interesting. But anyway, point is, I read the Wikipedia about the Xeno series, and the general consensus was that Xenoblade was just a spiritual successor, more than anything. And Xenogears was actually planned to be the 5th chapter in a 6-chapter series. And you know what? That's kind of a weird plan if you think about it. Start with chapter 5 of your 6-part series. Not gonna lie, it's one of the best games I've ever played. But they maybe I wonder if they actually wrote the other 5 chapters, or if he was just spitballing. It's gotta drive me crazy. I could write him a letter and ask him, do you actually have a plan for the other 5 chapters, or were you just fucking around? I don't think he'd get back to me, though. Oh, shit. But yeah, it's a very late stream. So late, in fact, it was the next day. Technically, it still counts, but what do you call it? Not gonna go for too much longer, or else the rest of the day will be ruined tomorrow. Just wanted to make sure I could still use the streaming software without crashing the computer, which is a real concern, you know. Alright, let's place this here. Place this here, here, and here. Yeah, hopefully tomorrow, as in today, as in about 16 hours or so, hopefully at that point I'll be able to stream with the computer mostly fixed and on time. But we'll find out. This is honestly just more of a test run than anything. I'll probably even cover the same things that I talked about this morning, just in greater depth and a little bit more coherently. Alright, pop up on the other side. It's just a guy selling Deku Nuts. Alright, great. Yeah, this isn't the worst. This isn't the worst dungeon in the game. But it's certainly not my favorite. Oh yeah, that's right, I forgot. You have to... It's like one of the only times in this entire game that they have those specific boxes. It's very strange. I guess you could call them crates instead. Because you have to grab it, hop on. Hope that the jellyfish doesn't sting you mid-flight. Which it's totally going to try and do. Damn it, 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 damn it. Wait a minute, I wonder if the fire attack would kill the jellyfish. It seems like that might be an effective workaround. Great. Can we throw it? I think that's actually the root of the puzzle here, is that the reason they have the crates instead of the pots is you can actually fuck shit. I don't know why that didn't work. I intended on throwing it. Fuck. Okay. It is pretty good. It is a pretty good spell. It has limited use because you can't use it in the overworld, because if you could use it in the overworld, you could cheat a couple of things that have a lot to do with timing, but it's still pretty useful. Alright. One moment. I'll be so pissed if that freezes over. Okay. Here we go. Shit. This is the frustrating thing about this map is it's not that it's complicated, it's that the puzzles, you have to spend a lot of time waiting. So it gets a little bit aggravating. And you know, kids are much less patient than adults. So this was a much more aggravating experience when you were a kid. Oh, this fucker. You know what? Let's see if we can hit him with the thrower. Okay, great. Is it overkill? Yes. Do I care? No. Oh, God. For some reason, it won't let me throw it. It might be that I have to use Princess Ruto, but that would also be a little bit ridiculous, because it's like, why couldn't I make that throw anyways? I swear to God, I pressed the button again. It must be Ruto. It's got to be some sort of glitch, because it lets you throw the crate at any other point. That's slightly annoying. It's also pretty easy to die at this stage in the game, because you're still a kid. think you just have to talk to her twice. I don't remember, but maybe not. Maybe we have to save her from... Oh, shit. That takes care of that. Swap on... Oh, fuck. I didn't mean to do that. Just give me a second. My brain's starting to not work anymore. Okay. Right. Mm-hmm. Okay, that'll work. I can't remember if the nuts do... The nuts do actually do something. That's good. It is fun that there is more than one way to deal with the same problem in this game. And they won't tell you what that is, you just have to figure it out, which is great. Alright, come on, Rudo, let's go. You're that worried about me. I'll give you the honor of carrying me. Oh, the other thing about this quest that nobody likes. It's kind of a... What's the word? It's kind of a... escort quest. But you literally have to carry them. Which isn't too bad, I guess, but... There are problems because... if you don't know how they're going to screw you over... For example, right, you'd think, oh, I can just press this button. But if you press the button and you drop Naruto, she will just disappear all the way back to where you had to pick her up in the first place, because I don't know how or why they decided to do this, but when she interacts with water, she just can't. I'm not sure why they designed it like that. I think it must have been a hardware limitation. Now, not all decisions in these games can be boiled down to hardware decisions, but I'm pretty sure this one can be boiled down to a... We can't have two characters floating around in the water. It's gonna mess things up. Right. Damn it. You know what I just remembered? I fell for the oldest trick in this dungeon, which is thinking I can make that jump. You can't. And I remember now that there's a reason why you can't. And I've been falling for the same damn trick for years. Alright, let's see if we can get through this without too much difficulty. Alright, I have to leave you there. Wrong way to go. She's pissed off. But we're gonna do it again. No, we're not. What about this way? Okay, good. This is where we can get the boomerang, I think. You know what? I wonder if I can just do this. No, that doesn't even affect them. That's great. What are these called again? Stinger, destroy it before it flies into you. Steve Irwin's worst enemy. Come on. That's it, isn't it? Yes, okay. That's good because otherwise... There we go. One of the most useful items in the game as a kid. Put that there. Alrighty. Now let's kick some ass. You really have to hit them in the one area, but how do you actually affect when that's going to happen? Set this down real quick. So all we have to do really here is just avoid getting hit while hitting this parasitic worm over and over again. Which really, I think that's what it is. I think that he's been infected by a parasitic worm. Which is why his insides are all red and inflamed. Nice. Okay, come on, come on. Anyways, it's about 5 o'clock. I was only intending on streaming for a little while tonight because, well, you know, the whole 10 hours late plus computer was broken thing. tends to not make me want to stay up that much later. Plus, it's also pretty much the worst time to stream. So, you know. I don't know anybody who focuses on streaming in the middle of the night. You know, in the middle, I think this is kind of the tail end, isn't it? I might be mistaken. I think that that one fat idiot Ass Pirate Software, I think that he is a nighttime exclusive streamer, but I don't think anyone cares what he does. Shit, I left her alone. I wonder if he's gonna mess up something big time in 2026. Or if he's just basically already faded out of everyone's collective memory. I think it's probably faded. It was still one of the funniest things to happen this entire year, though. Great, I left her and she's gone. Now, I think... What is this? Damn it. Not sure why he changed directions like that. Muchos bueno. Must be that time of day. Whenever you speak Spanish, it just makes me want to practice. There she is, Princess Ruto, that got rid of the electrical root. Now let's go. Hurry your ass up. Little flat ass fish chick. Oh, nice. I didn't know that if you dropped her on top of the jellyfish, it would kill them. Does it work with this one? Fuck. That's the last place I wanted to put her. Damn it. Now I actually don't know where she is. That sucks. Can I get that from down here, or... I don't think I can. Yo! That's nice. Ah, this game is still excellent. It's been almost... Let's see, 98 plus 25, 27 years. Jesus. That tracks. I downloaded the ROM of the beta, the Space World beta. I've never checked that out. I think I would like to check that out as well. I've seen other people's videos about it, but hey, if you can play it, why not? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Perfect. There was another one? What the hell? I forgot about that. That's kind of lazy. Placing one gold sculpture on the wall 5 feet away from another. Okay, moving on. Oh right, the most fun mini-boss fight in the world. spiritual stone. I finally found it. When I was feeding him, he suddenly swallowed me. I was so surprised I dropped it inside. So take me home right now. And then... Now you have to run close enough to the spikes to run at a higher speed than the octopus. Because a smaller circle is faster than a larger circle, right? However, you stop to take out the boomerang and it slows you down. So you have to Z target lock onto him to hit him with the boomerang. Kind of a thing. Oh, fuck. I don't know if this thing has a name. I should probably check that out. It's probably like Giant Octorok or something. Big Octo. Okay. Come on. Come on. Come on. God damn it. Oh, fuck. I'm retarded. This dungeon is bad. I wonder if we were supposed to use Z-targeting to stay as close to the spikes as we can. That might be possible. Nice. Okay. Alright. Keep doing that. Come on, hit him. Shit. Why does he keep reversing directions every time? Okay. That's weird. Oh god, this thing takes forever too. That must be the fast way. What if you just let him hit you? Alright. Oh my god, Princess Ruto is gone! What are we gonna do? That's not what I meant to... Okay. Strange decision. Right. Wait, there we go. Swap that back over to Pharaoh. And almost, surprisingly, done with the dungeon. They're not very long dungeons as a kid, but they are, well, the first one and the second one are very easy. The third one is actually the first real challenge in the game. Things can actually kill you a lot easier than they can in the other dungeon. Fuck. This is what I was talking about earlier. Let's see, now we can get over there. No problemo. Go ahead and drop that. Princess Ruto is still MIA. Because she has been captured by Baronade. Awesome. Okay. Now where's that damn... I'm positive I hear a skull smoke. As I did. Okay. 17, I think the next result is at 25 or 30. We came from that direction. Now this says it's the boss room, but that can't possibly be right. We're way too early for that. Nope, that's the boss room. Shit. How did that happen so fast? I could have sworn that there was another 3 sponge puzzles to solve. Okay. Let's just kick his ass with a... I don't know if the Inspire does anything to this guy, but we did start... I should have healed up beforehand, so let's start by getting some HP. The wooden shield really doesn't do shit here, but he also can't destroy it. So, let's take out these attachments. That's one. Sometimes the controls you over. So that's okay. That's 1, 2, 3, I could have sworn that you had to hit him. Okay, there we go. Hit him with the wheel stick. Look at that wheel stick. The deck stick. The deck stick didn't work. Maybe I needed to pull it out sooner. But once you remove him from his central attachment point, I'm pretty sure he's just much more of a bastard to deal with. And I can't seem to get it. Queen Roma and King Dodongo. What a ridiculously good boss fight. You know, childhood section of the game is really designed to get you introduced to the game. It's a really long tutorial, if you will, that manages to not feel like a tutorial, which is part of the design. It's great. Nowadays, you play a video game every 5 minutes and like, here's another 2-paragraph text box about what this specific, stupid, in-game system is that you really don't care about. Nobody cares about that shit. Nobody does. Come on. One more. Pretty much got this guy now. Ah, shit. In a very satisfying way that it dies as well. And guess what? We couldn't go a single day without another message from a bot on Twitch. Best viewers on streamboo.com. And once again, fuck you, streamboo.com. Broke-ass Chinese website. What took you so long? You're useless. I was just kind of lonely, that's all. Just a little. Oh, she's a tsundere. Alright. We'll stop at 5:30, I suppose. If I'm not feeling it. You looked cool. Cooler than I thought you would anyways. Just a little. Well, anyways, you saved me, so I guess I'll reward you. I just want the spiritual stone. I'll give you my most precious possession. But then we have to marry the fish. Pretty good design. Her most precious possession. Ooh, you don't know what she's talking about, but you finally collected all 3 spiritual stones. Ooh, what could she possibly be talking about that's not her stone? It must have been really fun to work on this game. That's strange. I thought that I killed a Skulltula, and it was right there. Did time change while I was in the dungeon? Do I have to come back when it's nighttime? Or can I just change the spell? Can I change it right now? Fuck, I shouldn't have sold that Deku stick, or used that Deku stick. That's annoying. Let's try that. Let me check something really quickly, by the way. plug this in over here. Okay. Okay, I think I fixed the audio there. It might be a little bit too loud when I bump the microphone, but at least I can hear myself over the game. So desu ne. There's that bastard. Alright, that's 18. So now that we have all the spiritual stones, you can just basically go back to the Temple of Time. And unfortunately, kind of pretty much as soon as you approach Hyrule Castle, that's what's gonna happen. Did my most precious possession help you in your quest? Haha. You bet. That tuna was primo. Choom. You saved the princess, huh? I really appreciate it. Let's go get some beans. Yep. Now, Zora's River has different Skulltula locations at night and at day. Yep, it does. I can already hear one. Or I thought that I heard one? Nope, I heard one. Okay. There we go. You know, it's interesting, because the chicken being able to carry young Link makes a lot of sense. But you can use it as an adult as well, so either the chicken's got stronger, it's just a damn strong chicken, or... gravity doesn't matter. One of the four. Ah, shit. I guess it's not that important. I don't have to go up and find out whatever. I think it's just a fairy fountain that's in there. Yeah. Alright, beans, man. 70. Next one's gonna be 80, isn't it? Sugablia. It's gonna be 90 now, isn't it? Come on. Makes sense. Yeah, when this game came out, it felt like the biggest game in the world. Well, because it was in a few ways. But I mean, you could actually just explore a lot. And in retrospect, there's a lot in Hyrule Field where I wish there was more going on, but I guess that's what Breath of the Wild kind of is. I still haven't played that damn game because I never have bought a Switch, even though I know I would have liked to have gotten one years ago. What do you think the next Zelda game is going to be? Is it going to be another open world game? I mean, the next big mainline Zelda game. Or are they going to go back to a tight narrative with a little bit of an open world that you can explore, but not like crazy open-ended world? Do you think that they've completely changed the format, or is the next Zelda game going to be a little bit more tight, narrative-wise? I think it makes sense. I think it only makes sense if they go back and do a little bit more of a tighter narrative. Then again, I haven't played Breath of the Wild or Breath of the Wild 2. The only thing that I thought was interesting about, well, no, it's not that it was interesting, that something I thought which was interesting about Breath of the Wild that throws me off as far as it being a Zelda game are the difference between the dungeons and the shrines. It felt like there were a shitload of shrines and only just a few dungeons, and that's completely bass-ackwards. You need, for a really good, solid Zelda game, you need at least 6, preferably 8 dungeons, right? And only having 4 mainline dungeons, even if they're really good, it feels a little bit like the focus was on the wrong area. I don't know. That's one of the weird things about watching Let's Plays, isn't it? Sometimes they make you really want to play a game. Sometimes they make you just fine that you're not going to play a game. You're like, ooh, that game kind of sucks. And other times, no effect at all. Less likely, fuck, damn it. Not more or less likely, is what I meant to say. Oh fuck, I didn't mean to hit the chicken. There we go. I should have known about that. Anyways. Is today Thursday or when? No, I'm pretty sure today is Thursday. I hope today is a normal day and nothing too crazy happens. That's actually just, you know, kind of the major thing that you wish for most days, isn't it? I hope nothing goes wrong today. That's that's just the general consensus of how I feel in the morning. What does that even mean, general consensus of how I feel? That doesn't mean anything at all. What I mean to say is that's how I feel in the morning, is fuck, I hope nothing goes wrong today. Perhaps I meant to say, I think that generally is what a lot of people feel in the morning. Isn't, I think today is going to be a great day. It's, damn, I hope nothing bad happens today. Nice. Okay. I just kind of wasting time? Because we can just go straight to the castle. I can get a couple of other things though. I have the Skull Kid mask. Skull Kid mask, after that there's another mask. There's about 3 or 4 masks. I don't remember what the ultimate reward is for completing the mask quest. It's pretty good, I do recall. But it's not super impressive. It's kind of more of one of those, I did it, I completed it, I figured out the puzzle. The reward isn't actually as good as figuring it out. But since we're already halfway there, we'll just go ahead and do that anyhow. I'm glad they didn't put nearly as many Skulltulas in Hyrule Field at nighttime as they did in the other locations, because it would be a real pain in the neck to track all of those down. They put a few, but not as many as they could have. Let's see. Have you ever wondered how they powder the eggs? Because, think about it, right? How do you take an egg and then turn it into powder? I assume that you mix the yolk in with the white, you get a big paste, a big slurry, and then you dry out the slurry into... you dehydrate the slurry to make a powder. The idea being you add in water, and then it's an egg again, and you can cook that into an egg. There's something that's gotta be lost in the process, because I don't think I've ever had powdered eggs that tasted good in my entire life. Not saying that I haven't eaten a lot of powdered eggs. I think everyone has eaten a lot of powdered eggs. It's just a weird idea that you need to... there's such a problem that you need to store eggs in a powder form. It's a weird idea. Alright, let's see. Was it this guy? I think it's this guy. We should be friends, take this. Oh. Oh wait, that's the wrong guy. Shit. Maybe if I just talk to him. Skull Kid, this is what happens to kids who get lost in the forest. He seems unhappy to have no face. Well, yeah, that's why I'm trying to talk to him. There we go. Under that mask, you're that Kokiri kid. Quite an unusual mask you have there. I like it. It may make me look a little bit tougher. Hey, why don't you give it to me? Yeah, sure, bud. Yowza, I'm gonna wear this all the time. He just gave you 10 rupees. Go back to the mask shop. You lost money. Welcome to capitalism. No, what I mean is entrepreneurialism, but I'm not here to make capitalist jokes. I'm not a dog-shocking communist. Now then. I guess, I figure I looked at the, statistics on the stream. Streams, 32 of them now. Well, not counting the times that I had to restart. Most people watch for about an hour and 20 minutes, which is surprising. That means I figure what I might do in the future, that's an average, right? which means some people are 20 minutes, some people are 3 hours, which is very strange. I figure I should take the average... Oh wait, that'll be an hour and a half again, won't it? 2 hours, 60 minutes, 1:30. So about every 2 hours, I think it would be absolutely fine if I cover the same subjects that I wrote down beforehand. So that way, some people will get a loop of it, but they won't get 2 loops of it. They'll only get the 1 loop. And then for the people who only stay around for 20 minutes, I can still have something that I thought about beforehand to say. This is a new idea, so I'm still thinking about this. I'll still have something to say about what happened today and what I thought about it, without just talking about, and then I'm going to do this in the game, and then I'm going to do that in the game, right? I think that's reasonable. Let's give it a shot. In just a moment. I might have to use the restroom in a moment. We're going to go over to the graveyard real quick to see if there's a magic bean that we have to plant, or if I've already planted it. I think I may have. So long story short is Fallout New Vegas crashed my game so hard yesterday that I had to restart my computer twice. So today I said, I planted it. So today I said, fine, screw it. I will fix my computer. I'll get rid of the activate windows in the bottom left hand side. And I ended up having to... ChatGPT is not great. It's not great. It likes to talk to you as if it's a person. And I tell it at the beginning of any time I use it, don't talk to me like I'm a person, talk to me like I'm reading a textbook, that I'm asking specific information, right? Because when you ask ChatGPT a question and it says, I'll give you the facts, no fluff, I'm like, shut the fuck up. It drives me crazy when it does that. So, sorry, I'm rambling a little bit. So I spent about 7 hours today trying to fix my computer. I had to check the PowerShell, use the command prompt, check the DISM to cache the core. And what I ended up doing was downloading Windows 11. Yeah, while using Windows 11, I downloaded Windows 11 as a new copy, a .iso file, and I had to mount it as a drive and then reconfigure. Here we go. Cutscene. Be quiet for the cutscene. She's got quite the arm. Alright. You over there, little kid. You must have seen the white horse gallop past just now. Which way did it go? You've got guts, kid. You want a piece of me? Very funny. It is interesting that Ganon is super evil,
but he still won't necessarily kill a kid. Pathetic little fool, do you realize who you're dealing with? I'm Ganondorf, and soon I will rule the world. One thing that I always thought would have been interesting in this game is to find out more about where where Impa took Zelda, and how she grew up to be Sheik. It would have been pretty cool if you could find a secret Sheik hideout. And I assume what I assume eventually happened. No user, can you hear me? It's me, Zelda. When you hold this ocarina in your hand, I won't be around anymore. I wanted to wait for you, but I couldn't delay any longer. I could leave you this ocarina and this melody. Ba-da-dum-dum. Ba-da-da-dum. Oh. Actually, this is as good of a time as any for me to use the restroom. So give me a moment. I'll be back in about 60 seconds. Alright, I think that works. I might have knocked the audio cable. It might have caused it to be a little bit more quiet. I don't know why that's the case, but I'm gonna have to buy some new headphones soon anyways. So let's see, let's get back to it. Nope, sounds fine. Okay. So the thought process was I think I was talking about fixing my computer, wasn't I? I can't recall. I mounted the ISO, and I basically installed Windows 11 on the machine again, but I was able to save my files. So the weirdest thing happened. Whereas before, I wasn't able to borrow the spooky mask. Whereas before, I wasn't able to install Steam or most programs. Everything else worked more or less okay. But once I quote-unquote fixed it, well now, I can run Steam, I can install programs, but most of the Windows functions are not accessible. And what I mean is I can't use settings or volume mixer. Xbox doesn't work. Photos don't work. I had to get a new media player. It's like I managed to fix the computer, and at the same time, I broke the computer in a much worse way. So yes, I can actually run Steam games again. I can actually install my Project 64 again. I can do all of that. But I can't use the settings. So, after finally fixing my computer, I've damaged my computer. What a pain in the neck. Really. Let me check my notes. I had a couple of other things about this. Oh, Streamlabs. So I tried to set up Streamlabs, and now that the programs can install, I can install the Streamlabs plugin into OBS. The only problem is I already had Restream installed, so I have to turn off the Streamlabs plugin to use Restream, which means I can stream on both websites, but Streamlabs should be working. I'm not sure if it'll be able to come through. It's a really weird predicament. I figure I'm gonna have to just find a better software. ₹30. Yeah. So I'm gonna give Streamlabs a shot. I think I have to read more about it to determine how it works. Because I know you can use custom plugins to make messages and images appear on the screen. Those sorts of things. Read out messages. I just, if I use Streamlabs exclusively, I'll only be able to stream to one website or the other. Because I'm not going to pay them $20 a month to be able to stream on two websites. So it looks like I'll have to switch between Restream and Streamlabs, or stream on one or the other. Which means I might do a stream just for Twitch, and I might do a stream just for YouTube. Which actually might work better because it's hard to keep track of two chats at the same time when I only have one monitor, and I have to look at a tablet and a phone to read both chats. But I'm just glad that after an entire day of technical troubleshooting, I mostly fixed the problem. I created new problems, but I also fixed the problem. Very strange. Now let's check something. The bunny hood should make us move twice as fast, or 1.5 times as fast. Okay, it definitely makes us move more quickly. guy that we want to sell this to, he's hard to find exactly, but he's usually running in Hyrule Field. It just depends on what time of day he's running. Nope, there he is. He's right fucking there. This is the only other NPC you run into in Hyrule Field, which is interesting. Now, do I have to talk to him when he's done running? I think I do. Majora's Mask definitely did a better job with the NPCs in the overworld, but they already had all that experience from the first game. Because the first game went through, I want to say, 3 major changes before it was finally finished. There was the beta version, alpha, the beta, and the final. But I don't remember where this guy stops. It might be a while. Nope. Oh, those are genuine rabbit ears from the Animal of Legend. Returning to the wildlife. Finally, the actor, stage, and prop have been united. He gave you more money than you can count. So he's basically an otaku. Alright. I think when you're an adult, there's a race that you can do against him. I don't remember how it works. So now that I'm able to install new programs, I'm going to install, I'm going to set up my PS2 so I can stream it through my computer, is what I mean to say. And with that, we should be able to play Xenoblades after we finish Xenogears, which is great because even though it's not a direct sequel, I would like to see more of what the author has made. Or authors. Now we just have to wait. What? You know, I think I do remember what the reward is for completing the mask sale. You get the Mask of Truth, which you can use on most NPCs, and Stones of Tragedy. And the Stones of Tragedy will tell you what the real time is, and the people will actually tell you what they're really thinking. Oh wait, this is the Mask of Truth. That's strange. I thought he had more... Oh, he does. Okay. Free to borrow. And these are just for fun. You can get around more easily. I think with the Gerudo, you can talk to the Zora or the Goron. But we do want the Bunny Hood. Because with the Bunny Hood, even though you can... Oh, wait. Wait, it'll allow you to use any of them. Okay, that is kind of a nice feature. Now, is there anything else we want to do right now in the main overworld here? No, not really. There's a few things we could do, but you can make a lot more progress as soon as you become an adult. There we go. I should have bought more beans. Oh wait, do I... There are 3 hollow inscriptions here. Stand with the Ocarina of Time and play the Song of Time. Well, that's what we just did. Do I not... No, this should definitely work. Am I forgetting something? Oh, do I have to play the Song of Time? Ah, jeez. Okay. Okay, let's try again. Shit. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 ba-da-dum bum ba-da-dum bum. There we go. Another thing I want to do, I think I have to do some maintenance to my chair because this thing creaks like a motherfucker. Isn't that who? Oh, isn't that what? The legendary blade. The Master Sword. Which we are not going to use. Unless we have to. Excellent work. Untangling some wires here. You've led me to the gates of the sacred realm. I owe it all to you, kid. Now we wake up in the sacred realm. This is a little bit of a long cutscene, but I mean, pretty central to the story as well. I love the way that the camera pans as if you're looking around. The Chamber of Sages inside the Temple of Light. The Master Sword was the final key. Don't look alarmed. Look at yourself. You're big now. You've grown up. Master Sword is a sacred blade. One worthy of the hero of time. You were too young. Therefore your spirit was sealed for 7 years. Do you understand? Remember, though you open the door of time in the name of peace, The Gerudo King of Thieves used it to enter this forbidden sacred realm. He obtained the Triforce from the Temple of Light. With its power, he became the King of Evil. My power now has little influence, even in this sacred realm. There is still hope. When the power of the sages is awakened, the sages' seals will contain all the evil power in the void of the realm. Your power to fight together with the sages makes you the hero of time. Keep my spirit with you and find the power of the other sages. Those games, this game has been fun to watch. Never played the Zelda series, really? Sorry, just now saw this. Oh, it was only 2 minutes. Yeah, we're only gonna play for just a little bit longer because I wanted to stream to keep continuity and to make sure that everything was working since I fixed and broke my computer. But it seems that it is working, so we'll be back on time tomorrow. Looks like you won't be able to use some of the weapons you found as a kid anymore. Honestly, the boomerang would be really useful to use as an adult until you get the hook shot, right? And here we go. Best girl. I've been waiting a long time for you. When evil rules all, an awakening voice from the sacred realm will call those destined to be sages who dwell in the 5 temples. One in a deep forest, one on a high mountain, one under a vast lake, one within the house of the dead, one inside a goddess of the sand. Together with a hero of time, the awakened ones will bind the evil and return the light of peace to the world. This is the legend of the temples passed down by my people, the Sheikah. I am Sheik, survivor of the Sheikahs. As I see you standing there holding the mythical Master Sword, you really do look like the legendary hero of time. If you believe the legend, you have no choice. You must look for the 5 temples and awaken the sages. One sage is waiting for the time of the awakening in the forest temple. The sage is a girl I'm sure you know. Because of the evil power in the temple, she cannot hear the awakening call from the sacred realm. Unfortunately, equipped as you currently are, you cannot enter the temple. But if you believe what I'm saying, you should head to Kakariko Village. Do you understand? Yes, I do. You've been waiting for me for a long time, huh? Huh? Look at those polygons. Yeah, boy. Fantastic. Now, which items do we have available? Wait, you can equip the bunny hat as an adult? No way. I totally forgot you could do that. Oh, that's so sick. Yeah, it's been a long enough time since I played this that I forgot you could wear the bunny hat as an adult, which just makes things so much faster. Alright, sliding into Kakariko Village. It's now new, it's updated, it's good, it's gravy. Fantastic. First things first, let's get the Song of Storms. You've got an ocarina? What the heck? That reminds me of that time 7 years ago. Yeah, he turned from a very happy, jolly guy into an absolute lunatic. A storm again. Now there is a way, if you want to be really cheeky, where you can actually get up to that heart piece without the normal way, but we'll skip it for now. Mostly because I don't remember how to do it. Suka. Now then, Kakariko Village. I think all of our cuckoos are dead. Let's do the Dampy quest real quick. Is it the first one? I believe it is. There we go. It's not the first one. Must be one on the upper left. Fairy fountain, right? Fairy fountain. We have 2 fairies. We're fine. One, 2, 3, 4. Alright. Another heart piece. Now, I don't think I recall having done this with the rabbit hat. It might make it even faster. As long as we don't hit the flames again. He's throwing a lot fewer flames. Nope, there he goes. Ah, shit. They're very hard to dodge. Shit. Come on, get up. The left. Wow, we're practically beating him to it. You're very quick. As a reward, I'm going to give you the hook shot. Awesome. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to put that to the middle or the left. And the Song of Time. There we go. And look where we are. Bum bum. Da 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 da. Oh, you bastard. Fuck. Ah, shit. I'll figure that out later. Unless... Wait a minute. Oh, okay. Damn it. What if I can... No. I'm positive there's a way you can get right on top of that. Shit. I'll have to figure that out another time. But now that we have the hook shot, we can do a lot of things with it. Such as... One, two... Oh, come on. There we go. Oh, fuck. Damn it. Let me just see if I can get that, and then I'll probably call it a night. Just slightly. The controller is very sensitive. Come on. Oh, where was I standing last time? It was very specific. There we go. Now let's not mess up this time. There we go. Good to see you again. Alright, based. And on that note, I should go to bed before I completely ruin my sleep cycle. It's been pretty ruined. It's been pretty ruined. Switch back over. Alright. Well, sorry for the very late stream. I just wanted to make sure that I got one in and the computer was working. So, thank you for stopping by. I think we'll play some Xenogears tomorrow. Much later today. Have a nice one, everyone. Good night.